Hi people, welcome back. Well, the KK and EV studio, whatever you want to call it. Now, as you can see, this size of this, let me give you a scope of this. This is 8 foot across and 10 foot long, okay? So plenty big enough to get tables and chairs in. Now, this is what we've been doing, folks. This is quite expensive, B&Q, about £33 a roll. That's around, what, $42 to my American subscribers. Good morning, America. And so I'm using this crinkly stuff here to keep the damp out and a bit of noise insulation, but more so damp and cold. So let me just show you. This is the barren thing. Now let me show you. Now it's done. Look at this. It's all virtually finished. Heaters up, ready to be wired in. Posters on walls, etc, etc. This is the new studio that I'll be using for KK and EV, and also the man cave. Whatever you want to call it, folks. But anyway, this is pretty irrelevant to what's going on outside here. The main reason of this video is, of course, my heat pump going in. So let me just bring you forward and tell you where we are with it. So, as you know, it's plans to go here, along this wall with the pipes, in there, up inside, into the loft, into the tank. So out here now, as you can see, let me turn you around again, is all of what Octopus Energy have bought in this morning. As you can see, there is a lot of stuff. Forget the doors, that's not it. 2 upright radiators, boxes of stuff I have no idea what's in, but there you go. Some more stuff delivered. Composite decking board and wood, and this is where they've cut out for the pump to go, which is great. And I've got a load of blocks here now which I can use for other things, so looking good so far. And they've got coffees, gotta keep them happy. Okay, before we go any further, that big yellow number there is a referral code. If you're going to have a heat pump, please use it. You'll get £100 off. And the Ocrifish 951 is if you're coming over to Octopus Energy as your supplier. Use it again on any correspondence. A lot of stuff happening out there. Travis Perkins delivering something. I don't know what they're delivering, but something coming across on the jib. There you go. Pallet more of stuff. So yeah, I'll let them get on. Well, the base is down now. The man's got on with it. I was saying to him, this is more ornate than the rest of my garden, but hey ho. And this is the 6, isn't it?
This is the 6.
Yeah, cool. So yes, that's going to go on that base there where he's drilled the holes. So let me show you inside one of these. To all you newbies that have got things against heat pumps and say they don't work and all the rest of it, I assure you that they do. So just get some spec off the back of this. There's your spec sheet about there. So there are other companies that do it, but these seem to be ahead of the game. And there's the man himself who's fitted it. So let me just take you up here, see what's happening. More and more stuff. Electrician, getting on with it now really well. Cables all the way down here, through here, and then they'll go up and then back out and down. So yeah, getting on really well. And just to show you, this is the tank that's going in that position there. Yeah, so things are tight. All the plumbing is being done now. As you can see, this is all fresh up into the attic, ready to go. So all looking good. Okay guys and girls, that concludes day 1 of Octopus Energy being here, fitting this heat pump. So let me show you what they've done so far in a day. Well, first of all, there is the 6, it's called a 6, and the base is down, as you can see. All very well done, all finished off with composite decking around the edges, around here, gravel, and then it goes on this very heavy slab, and they dug down around 250 mil for that, for the base. So that's done. Obviously saved me all the bricks, which is good. Bit of dust everywhere, but that'll all rain off. And then they've started to put all the tracking in, if you want to call it that, all the way up to the top, because tomorrow they will be cutting through here in there, and there's going to be some pipes coming down. Obviously this is what this is all about. Look, very well done, very sturdy stuff, looks good quality. So that's the plumbing side up to now. So we'll move on to the other bits around here. As you can see, lots of lead, very strong stuff. He's been up, he's already drilled the holes to go up, because he's going up there into the attic and then back out down there. Don't forget, they've changed their mind about the soffits now. They are actually going to use the drill into the soffits. They weren't before. So entering here, you've got all the mess they took out, which came from the 250 mil deep. That's going to be disposed of. This is all of what they're going to use still. Lots and lots of unions and copper and God knows what. Everything is on here ready to go. More of the same here. This is their rubbish. Here's all the copper pipes still, which there's a lot of. So that is where they're up to now. Paul, let me just show you, nearly forgot. There is the new fuse box and junction box for the heat pump just above my electrics. And he's had to drill all the way through here and sealed it all up. So, and then all these go all the way down and back out to the rear of the dwelling, and then turn around that way. In here is the tank, and you can see all the pipes that go up into the attic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 28 mil pipe, some of these. A couple of joints to do tomorrow across there, no big deal. That's staying where it is, which surprised me. That's for the heated floor. And yeah, so she fits in there quite snug. They said it was going to be a tight one, and it definitely is. So that's the tank. The only thing that is a bit obtrusive is this thing here, which obviously I'm going to board off. The water drain off system, it pumps it back in, and as you can see there's 2 pipes there, look. So that is the system so far. This will go back to a permanent live. And so not too intrusive. It's about what, 10 inches by a foot by about what, 1.5 feet high, and that's it. That's where we are after day one. I think they've done quite well. They've had the weather in their favour as well. Been a decent day today, so we'll see what happens tomorrow on day 2. Good morning all, and welcome back to the mayhem of the heat pump with Octopus. It wasn't too bad yesterday. This is now day 2. Day 2, different weather, different outlook. Luckily there's not much working outside for them today, apart from a bit of cabling and piping. Yeah, horrible wet day today, so not good at all. Anyway, this is history in the making for me and my wife and this dwelling. In there is a meter, a gas meter, and there's the gas pipes that come out from it. We are saying goodbye to gas. No longer will we be burning fossil fuel to heat our home or to get water. So to me, this is a big day. Gas is going. I'm finishing with it in my abode. Feels good to get rid of a fossil fuel. Well, here's history in the making, as I said earlier. The guy from Octopus Energy gas side is now here. He's opened it up and we are saying goodbye to the gas. Antique. Right, let's have a check to see what he's actually done in here. He's just about to drive off. He's finished all of 10 minutes, and I think it's this one here. Let's get in. There you go, folks. Done, capped off, no gas meter. It feels so good to get rid of a fossil fuel when there is no need to use it, when there is other things available to give you heat and hot water. History there. there you go. Well, we are at the end of day 2. The lads have just gone. Still lots of mess here. You know, you're going to get it. This is going up in the attic. This extra jacketed little canister there. This holds hot water all the time in case it freezes outside, and then it releases its hot water to defrost. I don't get involved in the technical side, folks. I'm just here to show you what's being done. Let's get back outside now. You know that's in position now, all done and dusted. They had a gazebo up earlier on because of the weather over here. Electrician's been, of course, and wired up the isolator now up into the loft, and also this trunking obviously is here, but the big 28mm copper piping is also in, and there's a runoff pipe here. I'm not sure what they're doing with that one, but we'll wait and see on that. So that's all done. Cabling here that came through from the main fuse box has gone up now on the wall into the loft and back out down here, and obviously to the isolator. That brings you up to date on that. These are the cappings to go on those there, obviously when they finish the copper pipe work. This is the old boiler. Look at the state of this thing here. Yes, it's worked for probably, I don't know, let's say 15 years that it's been in, but very glad to see it gone. So that's the old boiler. This is all the old copper bits out of it as well. So that's good news, that little antique there, that dinosaur of yesteryear. Moving up, still got the radiator here to go up sooner or later. That's the old boiler cover. Wiring is now done for this, and they've got the fuse box here, and they've got the go-ahead to power it up tomorrow from the national grid. So all looking good. Let's just show you inside. This is where the boiler was, on a big latch at the top there. As you can see, that goes into the attic. A lot of these pipes are all gone, and they've also plumbed these back in now. That's hot and cold water from the system. But yeah, that's where the boiler existed. Luckily no more in our property, thank goodness. So no more burning gas. Excellent. Yeah, a bit more wiring to do at the top here, as you can see. A bit dark in here. These are all in now. Some more electric boxes are going in here, main control unit, and all these are all done as well. So yeah, that's day 2. Doesn't look as if they got on as well as day 1, but trust me, they've not stopped all day. And to be honest, I don't think we really had a lunch break. So that's it. Whew, that's day 2. Well, welcome back to day 3. Now, you're not going to see a great deal that's been done today because a lot of it was done inside, and that was up in the loft area. So, you know, you're not going to see a great deal. Here, they've come to a dead end because they've been waiting for this here to go that way and turn this way into the Cozy 6. The only thing I have got a concern about, and I know it's it's IP64, which is weatherproof and everything else, I would have liked a cover on that because it's a bit obtrusive. The wife's already said that she doesn't realise how much stuff's going to go up your wall, etc. And when it's all, covered off, you won't see it. It's not too bad for me. I really don't care, because that's the main thing that matters. Also, at the back, there is a gap there, as you can see. They're going to be filling that in tomorrow, just to make sure when they come to do this wiring. So that'll be done. This all gets took away. I was told today that what they do, they get a company that basically takes away all of their rubbish and some of the bits that they just don't use for the job. Anyway, let's move on. I'll show you this here quickly. This is the new upright radiator fitted by Octopus as well, which is great, all the way up to the top, as you can see. And then the valve is underneath here, as you got that one. So that's been done today. Also, there's another one being fitted in the bungalow as well, but that's a towel type one. And then in here, again, not a lot to see apart from the fact that they've put 3 switches in there now. The Cozy hub that works on the Wi-Fi is all connected up, and the cover for that is here. So yeah, this is all virtually ready to go. So that's good news as well. So that's what they've been doing today, and that is day 3. Good morning, day 4. Final day of Octopus Energy being here, fitting the proverbial Cozy 6 heat pump. The guys have just arrived now in the vans, which is good. Take you out here. Yep. There's the team, all ready to rock and roll again in their electric vans. So I'll greet and meet and greet and let them get on. Well guys, the lads are still on. That's Owen and they're still on, and you can see the complex interior of one of these things here. So yeah, way out of my league. I know nothing about them whatsoever. And more copper pipes going in now, so that's all good. Still busy on this day 4. It should be the last day, like I said before. I think they're finished with this lot now. This will go all back in the van. All this copper will go back in the van. Well, it's nearly the end of the last day. The lads are just finishing off now. You can see how they're very heavily lagged inside with this black stuff here. And by the way, while I'm here, if you can hear that, that's the fan going round. It's beautiful and cold as I'm standing here, but that's as noisy as it gets. I don't know if you can hear it through his mic. He's just finishing off the cappings. Good day again. We have good news. It is day 4 still, obviously, and they've gone. They've finished. We have a fully installed Cozy 6. All the pipe work behind is now done. You've got cut-off valves here, which you can turn off. This is there for maintenance only. I will never have to mess with those. That's been on. It is so quiet. I'm going to say that from day 1. So that's good news. All the trunking is now finished off all the way up, and that is all fully insulated, as you've seen earlier on. That's just a runoff valve. This one is the same, but it can be hot water from this. This is why, there you go, look, tiny bit just come out of it, because I have now got my hot water on. Get a tiny edge of a bit now and again. This guard is because it's hot, so it can be a bit steamy, so it's there to stop people from touching it. Also, where the boiler was, they have sealed off the ceiling where the copper pipes came out of and where the boiler flue went up, so that's all done and dusted. That's another bonus. And as you can see, the lights are on for the Cozy Hub now. It's all connected to the internet. Everything's done, all dated, etc. When it was done, everything has been lagged up here now. Look, all these copper pipes, they do spend a lot of time lagging everything, I must admit. He's been through it with me and explained how all this works. And this one here, it's got its own immersion heater, would you believe, inside built in. So if anything happens on the outside or it stops working, at least you can still get hot water. It's about 3 kilowatts. So I didn't know that until he told me, which is again a bonus. Let's take you outside to show you what they've done, but beforehand let me just spin you around here. This is all empty again. They completely got rid of everything. Very professional regarding the way they leave your property. And out here is all of what they do not require anymore. This, if they need any of this, they normally put it back on their van, but everything in here is all the old rubbish. All the pallets that got stuff delivered, all the stuff they dug up is down here in bags. The old nasty fossil fuel burning boiler is there. There's the cover for it. So this is all ready to be picked up now by a company they contract to. If it doesn't turn up by 7 o'clock tonight, because we left it late, it will disappear tomorrow. So that's the end of day 4. So to conclude the Cozy 6, this is super quiet. This has been fitted very professionally. I have no qualms with the guys who came. I know two of the names, I can't remember the electrician's name, forgive me if you're watching this, very, very sorry. Owen was the team leader, and you met the other guy on video earlier on. He was the main one who was fitting this in, the plumbing side of it. Owen spent a lot of his time upstairs doing a lot of pipe work and everything, and everything they've done has been done very professionally. Everything they've done has been done with the customer base focus. Let me continue regarding Octopus Energy. There's not a lot, as I said previously, that I can actually say that I dislike about what they've done. In fact, I'm struggling to find anything. There's one isolation switch that is outside near the heat pump, which you would have seen earlier on in the video, and it's purely for a maintenance thing, but I'm not too happy about it because it just looks a bit of an eyesore. It's a commercial switch on a domestic property, and that's the only thing. I'd have thought they'd have put that in its own box with a nice smoke tint cover, so you lifted it up and then isolated. Maybe I'm being picky. Let me tell you the price of this thing and how it ended up. There was a £7,500 grant, as you well know. I had to pay a deposit, which was returnable. I think it was £300 actually. And I also got £100 off because of my son, who had it done previously, and it was an award thing, you know, the code, put it on there, £100 off. As you can see from these figures, it ended up being £400 out of my own pocket. In fact, I was £16 in credit because I had to do a check for the asbestos there. As you can see, that was the invoice. It was 180 plus VAT, made it £216, which I prepaid, and they basically gave me back. So, yep, ended up paying £400 of actually my own money towards the £8,000 total price. So overall, I think it's basically cost me under £400 to have two brand new radiators, have it all fitted, warranted, guaranteed, got rid of my gas, which was a massive one for me, may I add. This was one of the biggest reasons why I wanted this heat pump, to finish with gas. So I had no more connection of a bill with the fossil fuel industry into my home. We didn't want to carry on burning fossil fuels, i.e., you know, natural gas or North Sea gas or whatever you want to call it, or Russian gas, that's for sure. And that's been all capped off, the meter's gone, so there's no standing charges anymore either. Can I just say that? No daily standing charges for any gas. I don't use it, I'm not going to meter. So then that bit of savings from the gas side will go to help the extra I spend on electricity running this heat pump. Also, don't forget that there is an actual saving to be made on the electric side as well, because obviously I have got an electric car, like I just said, and I've got a super duper nighttime rate for about 7 or 8 hours at 7p a kilowatt hour into my car. So that's 7p per kilowatt for other uses can be used housewise. Now I've set up my heating in the winter on a schedule to come on very last thing in the morning between say 5 and 7. So it'd be lovely and warm when I get up. That's costing me 7p every kilowatt I use to run that heat pump. It's pennies. It's pennies. Also, don't forget that your hot water, you can set it from 35 all the way from 30, sorry, all the way up to, wow, 60 degrees, 65 to burn yourself stupid. I've got mine set at just under 50, and that thing goes on for 1 hour every other night. I may have to adjust that on the app. We'll see. So remember, everything is adjustable on the app, and please remember to do it to suit your savings. In other words, if you've got this cheap nighttime electricity like I've got, it makes sense to program it and schedule it for nighttime. So yes, I am expecting my electricity bill to rise, obviously, but I've got no gas bill. So it won't even it out. It'll make it slightly even better in my favour, because like I say, the heat pumps are far more efficient as well, if you use them correctly, than a boiler, than a gas boiler. So you've got to remember that. Okay, if you're a customer with Octopus already, you will have this app. All you do is add it to it. It says 21 degrees, you can plus or minus at any time. You've also got a boost button. This is how you schedule it. Very, very simplistic. Put your times in of every day, save it, it's job done. The This one is the energy used of the actual heat pump. You can see it any time and what energy it produces. So water, same again. At the minute, you can see there 46.3 degrees. It's still boosting to the 50, but you can press that boost button to get hot water a bit quicker. And again, this is how you schedule it. Like you see there, I've got mine set at 50 degrees C. It is very, very easy to use. You can always go on it, you can preset it, you can add to it at any time. Look, you can put the temperature up. These are the room temperatures. As you can see, now you get a little pod for each room, and it will send the temperature to the app of each room to tell you where you are. So that's it. Now the install I thought was very, very good. Very professional. Everything arrived on time. Tell a lie, they were short of some corner joints, which wasn't their fault. Should have been here Wednesday, didn't turn up till they finished the job. Anyway, they got round it, so we'll miss that one. So that's money covered, install pretty much covered, the team, yes, so professional, the customer service, perfect. That's about it, folks. You know, there will be, like I say, there's going to be a follow-up video to this on how it works and everything else. But for the last 2 days we've used it and par excellence, so I can't moan yet. I will say there's been one bonus, and that is, I know it's quite old-fashioned now, but in the system, I think I mentioned it earlier, there is an immersion heater built into the water tank system. So if ever the Cozy 6 in the corner there that I'm pointing at now breaks down, or they come round and have to isolate it and do maintenance, I can still just go into the airing cupboard, as we used to call them when we were kids, and flick down a normal 240 switch and get 3 kilowatts of power heating my hot water. So I will always have hot water even if the Cozy 6 broke down. So that's a bit of a bonus to me. I didn't realise that you got that. And you also get that on the bigger, larger systems as well, although they're built in a bit different. But I can only talk about the Cozy 6 because that's what I've had, installed, and that's the one you would probably get in your home because it's the one that Octopus are pushing now. That's it, folks. I can't tell you any more than that. Comment below if you need to know anything. Please question me on this, because I know there's a lot of people contemplating having the bus grant and getting this done. So that's it, people. Thanks for watching. There will be a follow-up and we will do it soon. Give me about a month and I'll let you know how it's going. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not. Where you been? And if you're a first-time watcher, geez, I've been here nearly 3 years on this channel. See you again.